There are two ways to see Machu Picchu. Almost everyone takes the same one. I took the other one, and I saw one of the wonders of the world in total silence. 3 hours before thousands of people poured in through the gate, fighting for the same photo, the same wonder, the same morning. The only difference was which way we walked in. Today I want to show you the second entrance to almost everything. Hi, I'm Neil, the author of The 1% Door. I look at systems and architectures running in the background of our lives. Here's what almost all of us believe about getting the things we want. We must compete for them. The prize, the job, the view, the seat, the deal. Everyone's reaching for the same thing, which means you need to outreach the crowd, get in the line earlier, push harder, fight more. We organize our entire lives around being better than the people standing right next to us at exactly the same thing, at exactly the same time, in the exact same line. Competition feels like the law of nature. It's like the price of admission to anything good. And I used to believe that too. Then a 4-day hike in Peru showed me it was a choice and not a law. So there's two ways to get into Machu Picchu. The way almost everyone goes is a system of buses and trains that delivers enormous crowds straight to the entrance. The other way is a 4-day hike. I took the hike, and I'll be honest with you, it was a brutal hike. The second day nearly broke me. I got rained on for hours. At the end, I crawled into my tent soaked. I didn't even want to come out for dinner. But on the final morning, you walk in the dark to a place called the Sun Gate. As the sun is rising, you walk right through the gate, the same way indigenous people walked through for centuries to reach their most sacred ground. No bus can take you there. There's maybe 100 hikers that take this journey every day. When you go through, it's silent. You stand at the top and look down at one of the wonders of the world in near total silence. And the guide tells you the story of the stones, how they were farmed, how they built the buildings, where they stood. Nobody's fighting you for the picture because there's no one else around. And it took about 3 hours for the gate to open. And my guide pointed us back to look up at what was coming in. And there was a mass of people pouring through the gate. I'd never seen anything like it. 3 hours after we arrived, there were thousands of people who just showed up, who were 3 hours behind us. And we could see them fighting over all the pictures they wanted to take, trying to find their spot. The same wonder, the same morning. Two completely different experiences. And the only thing that separated them was which way you choose to came in. Quick thing, if you're curious about why good ideas become absurd over time, then hit the subscribe button. We have a new one of these each week. Okay, let's get back to it. So here's the system underneath it. The crowd is always at the easy entrance. That's what makes it a crowd. Everyone takes the obvious way, the convenient way, the way that asks nothing of you. And that's why everyone is there. That's exactly where all the competition lives. The lines, the elbowing, the scarcity, the fight for the photo. But almost every prize worth having is a second entrance. It's harder, it's longer, and it's way less obvious. And almost nobody takes it. Not because it's hidden. The hike is right there. It's on the map. They don't take it because it costs something. It costs 4 days. It costs a brutal climb, a night in a soaked tent. And that cost is the whole secret. The hard entrance is empty precisely because it's hard. Take it, you get the same prize. Actually, usually a version that's better, with no one to compete against, because you're simply not standing where the crowd is. So here's the thing, I came down off the mountain believing competition is not a law of nature. It's a symptom. It's what happens when you take the same door everyone else does. And the cost of that belief, it's enormous. People spend their whole lives fighting in a crowd for a job, for the deal, for that spot, and never once stop to ask, is there another way? They assume the prize requires beating the people beside them, when usually it just requires being willing to walk the path that those people won't. The crowd isn't your competition. The crowd is evidence that you're in the wrong place. You're at the wrong entrance. So here's the door. And on this one, it's almost literal. The next time you find yourself fighting a crowd for something, a market, a job, a customer, a seat, a deal, stop. And before you push harder, look for the sun gate, the harder, longer, less obvious way that almost no one is willing to take. It will cost you more up front. That cost is exactly why the line is empty. I don't do lines. I don't compete. I do something completely different. I go early. I take the long way. I hike. I end up standing in the front of the same line where everyone else is fighting, except I'm standing there in silence. And this is not because I'm special. It's because I was willing to walk to the entrance that they were not. And I'll be honest with you here. The hike really did nearly break me. The long way is not always worth it. Sometimes the crowded entrances is the right call, but you'll never know you had a choice until you look for the second door, and most people never will. They assume there's only one way. Everybody's pushing and shoving, there's one line. But on my side of the door, there's no competition. And that's not a slogan. It's just where you end up when you take the entrance the crowd won't walk to. So now you know the architecture of this story. I'm interested in knowing your architecture story. Tell me in the comments. If the architecture in your life is no longer serving you, then I invite you to join me on the other side of the 1% door. There's no competition. I'll be waiting for you.